What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. It is Hump Day, and that means it's time for Hump Day Happy Hour. Thanks for stopping by your one stop for everything Adventure Radio tonight. First things first, got to give a shout out to my latest Patreons. You guys rock. I appreciate everything you do. You help keeping me going, and I appreciate you guys to death. Don't forget Patreons tier 2 and 3, Happy Hour After Dark. If you guys want to stop by tonight, I'd love to have you. Also, we got the this quarter's top 10 for the donors. There was a lot of shuffling around this past week, so people moving around and stuff. But every one of you guys are still qualified for the prize at the end of the quarter. Some people got knocked off, some people moved up, but it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Last week we did do the everything that was donated last week. We said we would buy something at Hamcation and do a review on the channel. We decided to go with a in-fed half-wave. It's an MFJ, 1982 MP. It will do 10 to 80 meters. The main reason we decided to do that and do a review on it is because I have been having some issues down here in Florida doing some 80-meter late shift, and my hunters are not happy at all. What's going on, Brian? What's going on, James? Man, I'll tell you what, the Patreons are pouring in here tonight. I hope to see you guys on the Happy Hour After Dark. What's going on, Joseph? We're talking Hamcation tonight, but I'll tell you what, Hamcation was overwhelming. I don't even know where to start with Hamcation. One of the main things that I really, really enjoyed was meeting some of you guys. Mike from Jacksonville, he showed up. Shout out to him, actually. He wanted to meet me when my train was coming through Jacksonville, and he actually overslept. And then he came down Friday, and we seemed to miss each other all day on Friday. He wasn't there Saturday, but he came back on Sunday and made sure to check out the Adventure Guy and got one of my last few stickers. I gave out like 100 plus stickers at Hamcation, so I got to get some more stickers for sure. But shout out to him. Also, T-Ray, he was there. Ran into him Saturday night. He was just amazed to see me. It was great. He actually absolutely refused. Not for me. I tried to say no like 50 times, but he refused. He wanted to pre-order the first Ham Radio Adventure Guy T-shirt for when it comes out. And I have been toying around with some samples and stuff like that. I know you guys have seen me wear some, but until I find something top quality to give you guys, I ain't putting them out. But T-Ray did pre-order the first one, so he'll make sure and get that. But a lot of you guys, I met quite a few people, viewers from here and people that I make contact with, POTA. It was absolutely amazing having you guys come up to me. It was kind of weird. People said, "Hey, let me take a picture with you," but I guess it's a cool thing. So hope everybody's doing great. I see Ken out there in the chat. He worked me today at one, maybe two of my parks. But anyway, we'll talk parks on that. See, that was the thing. I have a topic of Hamcation, and I drift right off the POTA because POTA's life, and I can't help it. But we'll go back to Hamcation. So I got to meet several of you guys. I also got to meet several of the YouTubers that I talk to all the time and always messaging with, and never met in person. Josh was there, Jason 2.0 was there, Kyle was there, Ham Radio Dude, T.O., Steve, Good Game, Rhea. Who else was there? I'm trying not to forget anybody. Hank Strange was there. If you guys follow him, he's got the gun channel. came on happy hour with us a couple of times on Jason's stream. Speaking of Jason's happy hour, this Friday he'll be doing that. So make sure and check that out. I'll probably be on there as well. And also check out Whiskey Alpha 7 Papa Bravo Echo's channel tomorrow night. I will be his first guest on his podcast, but I think he's filming it live on YouTube as well. What's going on, Evan? Good to see you in the chat out there. Okay, so Hamcation. I get there. Well, first let's tell you to get. I had to stop and do an activation to get my park for the day that morning, and that put me getting there a little later than I wanted to. I still way before it opened, but first person I see in line is T.O., and we sat and talked a little bit. Yes, of course, Kate MRD was there. Me and him actually activated today. Video coming out on that soon. But that was fun. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But ran into T.O. We got in and started getting situated. I started doing a walkthrough. I did try to live stream for you guys in the main commercial building, and I think I got about 4 minutes of the live stream, and the internet just totally dropped. Nobody really had internet in there besides the vendors had their Wi-Fi, but you had to have their password. So that's kind of how Coffee and Ham Radio did their morning show from there and stuff like that. But inside the building, mostly it was dropping pretty bad. So I did try. What's going on, Shaq and Greg? Good to see you in the chat tonight, man. Oh, Shaq and Greg's a good guy. Hopefully he'll be getting his new channel going good. He gave the other channel to his brother Norm. So good luck with that, Norm. What's going on, Ed? You guys are still pouring in here. I hope you guys liked my Valentine's video. I've gotten some really good raving comments about it. I've been thinking about that video for a while, wanting to do it. So, but we get in, we get walking around. The big Yezu's there, Icon's there, Flex is there, TN07 Antennas is there, Buddy Pole is there, Wolf River Coils is there. It was packed. I'm going to be putting out several videos. I've got a couple of walkthroughs, and I've got some interviews and stuff like that. If the footage turned out, I'm not going to bore you guys with crap footage, or maybe I will. Who knows? I'm going to try not to. But I have actually one of the cool things I did see in Hamcation was I got to watch a live satellite contact. I did put a video out on that Sunday night. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But yeah, this guy was out in the parking lot making satellite contacts. And at one point there was 6 or 7 YouTubers filming him. And it's funny because he followed the thing all over the horizon. It got almost gone on him, and he made the contact. And he's like, man, you guys were pressured. What's going on, Andy? But that was a really cool thing that I've seen in Hamcation. Also at Hamcation, there was a POTA tent, and that made me very happy. It was great. I actually got to go walk up to it and say, hey, what's POTA? And, of course, they said, shut up, sign the log. And Carrie, KB3WAV, and her husband Ray was there. Bill was there. Bill's still killing it on activations. I don't know how anybody's going to. Well, actually, somebody has actually passed him on activations, but he'll get that back. I know a little secret, but he'll definitely get that back. But he's still killing it. Like, I can't catch him on activations. I had a guy ask me today, how many parks you done this year? Like 500? Yeah. I'm like, no. But actually, as of this evening, I still lead the most QSOs, and I'm tied with Bill for the most unique parks. But activations wise, Bill's running the show. Poda tent. That's where I'm going to tell you my story on how dedicated I am to building this YouTube channel for you guys. So I'm hanging out there at the Poda tent for a while, and we actually sung Carrie happy birthday. It was her birthday, and everything was going good. And then they decided that they're going to go Poda, do a rove. And they're like, you got to come with us. You got to come with us. And I would not leave Hamcation, even though I had been there all day Friday, half of the day Saturday, and I was going to be there Sunday because I wanted to make sure and get as much coverage as I could for you guys. Hey, Wild Cascadia, good to see you out there in the chat. So I missed out on a 6-park rove just to keep this thing going. And yes, I'm drinking Coke tonight. Mike would be proud. But that's what this trip is about. It's about building up for you guys and building the channel. So hopefully everything will work out. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got something going on here. Just give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Anyway, back to Hamcation. The flea market area was absolutely massive. I would have loved to have a drone just to cover the flea market area for you guys. I did try to go up on a little hill knoll and try to cover it all. And so that footage will come out on one of my walkthrough videos and stuff like that. Different Drake. I got you, David. David's another person that has been working me a little bit while I'm down here. But the flea market area was absolutely crazy, and there was so much stuff to look at. Then they had a whole swap building full. It was more sort of like more flea market stuff. I guess people who wanted to pay for the indoors. I'm going to say there was probably 80 vendors in there. Then they had the prize building, which had several vendors and stuff like that in there as well. And then they had the big commercial building. The big commercial building was just absolutely packed. And the craziest thing I seen at the flea market, there was a lot of crazy things at the flea market. There was stuff I had absolute no clue what it was. I'm trying to think what would be really, really crazy. It's a good question, Brian. Let me think about that for a minute. But there was a lot of little companies there that I hadn't never heard of. There was a place called Dipoles Are Us. They had some cool looking dipoles. If they would have gave me one to review, I would have been happy. Speaking of review, something I'm really, really happy about. I showed you guys the antenna, but BioLeno was nice enough to give me the new Paranda, I guess you say it. It's the car charger that is made specifically for the BioLeno batteries. So I know you've seen Mike put out a video showing it. He didn't have one, but showing it, him talking about it. But I'm actually going to be reviewing this bad boy over the next couple of days. Well, let me retake that. Over the next week or so, I'm going to be doing a review on it, a soft review. But I'm not going to give you my 100% opinion until video number 2, after I've just absolutely torture tested this thing for months upon months, because that's just how I want it to be. I want it to be straight up. I want you to know that it's going to last. But I will give you a soft review very quick. It is a nice charger, Hayden. If I wasn't going to unbox it for the review, I'd pull it out. It's got some nice gauges on it, telling you everything, and it's really nice. Check out Mike's video on it. He shows it up close, I believe, in his video, and but you'll get the solid review here. Also at Hamcation was TN07 antennas, and I know you guys have seen the reviews on the Take It Anywhere antenna, the HOA antenna and stuff, but they have a new antenna, and I'm sure somebody covered it in one of their videos. I think Mike even did. It's kind of like a pop-up mast similar to an Eagle One, except it does have like a little matching unit that goes down in it. And I'll also be doing a soft review on that this Saturday, because I'm going on a rove with Bill, and Bill actually bought one of the antennas. So we're going to do a soft review on that as well. So a lot of good reviews coming up on the channel from Hamcation. If you've never been to a show like this, you got to go. I mean, ask anybody in the chat that went. It was just a whole lot of fun. There was so much to see. You guys can ask questions about it, because I've got videos covering most of it coming out and stuff like that. But if you got specific questions besides what was the craziest thing I seen, I'm still trying to think. Oh, I'll tell you one crazy thing that I got to do at Hamcation, which was a lot of fun. So Coffee and Ham Radio, actually, I'm sure you guys have seen their prototype in-fed half-wave antenna. So we were hanging out Saturday night at the campsite, a bunch of us YouTubers and stuff, and some of the fans and stuff. And Ham Radio dude walks up to me and said, "You got your radio here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "See if you can melt this. I want you to run a 100 watts FT8 and see if you can melt it." And so I definitely got to put the new Coffee and Ham Radio antenna to a little bit of a test. I threw it on FT8, and first I started on 40 and ran it for 100 watts for a while. And I'm not going to tell you any results because it's not my antenna to do. But they were wanting to test, so that it went to the test for sure. First contact was Germany, so the thing works great. I can tell you that. It's always good you can get Germany first contact on 40 meters, and then I went to 20 after that. So it's gonna be interesting. They are still revising it a little bit, and hopefully it'll be out pretty soon. I know they still got some work to do to it, but I'm interested in seeing it come out. But that was a lot of fun. I also got to see a Tesla up close and personal, being driven by the app on the phone. I've seen that, of course, on the internet and stuff like that, but I've never seen somebody driving a Tesla on their app. Very cool stuff. Hanging out with Hank Strange and his wife, that was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting all the YouTubers to be there, but I wasn't expecting them to be there, and that was really cool. They actually both got their license at Hamcation, so they are now ham radio operators. They're technicians, but Lola, his wife, seemed very interested in FT8 while I was trying to melt the in-fed. She was coming over and asking me lots of questions and stuff like that. So good times. Any questions about Hamcation? Because if you guys don't have Hamcation, I'm going to start moving on to the POTA that's happened since Hamcation, because I've got a lot to talk about there too. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and start and Just give me 1 second here. I did actually, I don't know if it's out on the POTA page or not, but I did actually get a new award tonight. I hit my 200 Unique Parks Award tonight, so kind of excited about that. I am also working on a Kilo Award while I'm down here in Florida, because that is something that I definitely would like to have as a Kilo from Florida. I think that would be really cool, Kilo in a different state. So, POTA, 40 minutes off the train, Tuesday morning, I was at my first POTA park. And, I've been in West Virginia and DC and everywhere activating where it's cold as crap. And my first activation, I was activating in a t-shirt. So that's a plus for sure. But since then, let's go back to Hamcation. While I was at Hamcation, I was either having to do a really, really early morning activation or a really, really late night activation. And a lot of the hunters are not used to me. They're used to me being on at certain times like that. And I want to say, thank you to a lot of the hunters, because people actually got worried about me where I sat by Saturday when I wasn't on the spotting page. What's up, Joseph Collins? Hey, Jeff. Where I wasn't on the spotting page during all day Saturday, because I had done it really late. I had probably 7 or 8 messages from hunters asking me if I was okay. Actually, Hayden gave me a call on making sure I was okay. So I appreciate you guys reaching out to me. And I have since got back onto a more normal schedule. I'm still not doing a lot of late shifts because I didn't. I've got the Wolf River Coils here with me, and I've got the Buddy Stick Pro. And the Buddy Stick Pro don't do 80 unless you turn it into a dipole. And I'm not really experienced enough with the Buddy Stick Pro to turn it into a dipole yet. But that's going to happen because I want to make a video on it. But the Eagle One will do 80, but you're using most of the coil, and it's not the greatest situation. Also, here in Florida, there are not a lot of parks that you can activate at night. I have done a few. I've done probably 4 or 5 late shifts since I've been here, but typically I got to go away to do those. And but it's not like West Virginia for sure. West Virginia, I try to do late shift activations, and they're everywhere. There's not a park that I can't go into here. I forgot to be checking my notifications because I like to, if somebody does drop, and see, I've already missed one. Alpha Charlie 3 India Kilo, thank you very much for the slice of pizza. I appreciate that. Everything that's going to be coming to me the rest of the month is going to go toward, I got to pay for my editing software for YouTube, and I've still got to pay for my train ticket back. So that's where that's going to be. What's going on, Kyle? Kyle was a lot of fun to hang out with as well. I think he's actually still down here in Florida. I need to look up how far he is from me because I wouldn't mind going to POTA with Kyle. But he was definitely a lot of fun to hang out with. And it was a good time. And so the meetup for the YouTubers and stuff, I ended up not getting to go because I had to get to a park for a late shift, and West Virginia almost heaven. I hear you, Hayden. And I had to go out in POTA, unfortunately, and I missed a really good meetup. They went to Motorworks, and if you haven't been to Steve's channel lately, he actually dropped a video last night, and Mike actually had the guitar and was playing a little bit of Guns N' Roses for everybody. Did a real good job, so I would definitely go over there and check that out. That was really, really awesome. I appreciate that, Kyle. Yeah, that was the first time I've met Kyle. And honestly, I haven't really talked to Kyle all that much. Maybe a couple of times. We were talking about some DC stuff for POTA and stuff like that. So it was really fun to hang out with him and get to know him a lot better. Shaq and Greg, you should have just been there. You could have made things fun. Speaking of cool people, look who just shows up into the chat. That guy does suck on guitar. I agree. Kate MRD. I had a good time with Mike today. We went out and we POTA'd today. So it's always a good time to POTA. And then we went to a really cool barbecue place where we kind of thought that Sling Blade was going to come out and serve us there for a minute. But we're talking a barbecue sandwich. I mean, it was massive. So really good time. And something cool. We were actually packed up, and we pulled out the handhelds and was going to do a 2 meter and 440 park to park with each other. And Whiskey 3 Bravo Alpha Yankee walks up to us as we're doing it and throws out his call sign. So, we hand him a handheld, and there's 3 activators in a park in Florida, one from West Virginia, one from Texas, and one from, I think he said he's from Maryland. So that was really, really, really weird. And, that's something that I always wanted to happen to me, as somebody while I'm doing POTA or something coming up and catching me, or me catching somebody doing POTA. And it's never happened before, and it's actually happened to me 2 days straight. So it's kind of weird. Yesterday, I was doing a twofer, and I was packing up the antenna and stuff, and Bill pulls in and catches me. He says, you found my twofer spot. But then today, Roy, Bravo Alpha Yankee, shows up and does it. So really cool stuff. Actually, Mike, KD2 SXD reached out to me tonight about maybe possibly doing some activating stuff. So that'll be cool too. I'm down to activate with anybody, anytime. If I'm near you and you want to activate, shoot me a message. We'll do this thing. Good times. I actually had Mike using a Yaesu today. He didn't like it at all either. And I think I broke his heart. But let's see what he says. That's right. There ain't nothing like getting somebody 2 meters and 70 centimeters, and that's probably. Let's see. I've gotten. My very first action, I got somebody on 2 meter because one of the local members of the club couldn't get me on HF, and he got me on 2 meters. Then on Winterfield Day, I did when it wasn't my turn to be operating, because we was running a 2 Oscar, and there was 3 of us there. So when it wasn't my turn, I was doing a POTA activation. And them guys pulled out their handhelds when I was wrapping it up, and they got in my log on 2 meters. And then yesterday, me and Bill did 2 meters and 70 centimeters when he ran up on me. And then today, Mike and Roy. So I don't really have a whole lot. West Virginia is not like Arizona. Like, I watched Charlie do POTA or SOTA, and he just gets up there and he'll get 10, 15 contacts on 2 meters like it's nothing. And I could call till I was blue in the face in West Virginia. That's not going to happen. So it just depends on what area you're in. I wouldn't mind start doing some 2 meter single sideband. That would be pretty cool too. Definitely that would be cool. something I'd like to do. But really cool activation with Mike today again. And then this Saturday, like I said, I'm going on a road with Bill. That's going to be a lot of fun. I've got like 7 or 8 videos I still need to edit from this trip so far. Yeah, it is same thing in West Virginia. Most of the time when I'm using my 2 meter in West Virginia, I'm doing some APRS, and that is away from my immediate arrow. Yeah, Mike is going back to Texas tomorrow, and it's probably just in time because we're activating today. And he gives somebody their signal report, and he's like, I don't remember what he gave him. We'll say 5-3. He's like, you're 5-3 in Texas. I mean Florida. So Mike's homesick. It's quite funny because Mike was like, we need to be in the sun. I don't like this cold weather. And I'm like, dude, it's burning hot here. So it's the difference of where we're from. You know, Texas is hotter than Florida, evidently. And we all know West Virginia is way colder than Florida. Ken says 2 meter. What's that? Like I said, yeah, I'm the vice president of the club. And so I'm always checking into the local. Well, actually, I run the local net on Friday nights when I'm there. And we also do a game night on Thursday nights, which a lot of times I end up running that. But they have to do without me for a whole month. And it's quite funny because one of the guys actually hooked up a Echo link on our repeater just for me to check in. So, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I know. The other Mike. We're gonna call you the other Mike since there's 2 of you in the chats. Florida is way hot in the summer. I agree 100%. That's why everybody asks me. It's like, your mom lives in Florida. Why don't you live in Florida? And I'm like, because it's too hot there. Like, yes, it's great, but it is February right now, and today I was activating in shorts and a t-shirt. Matter of fact, if you follow me on Twitter, I went to a like a wildlife conservation area at one of the parks I did today, and after I was done, I just sort of, because I had a little blanket laying on the ground, and I was just activating from sitting on the ground, and I just laid my head back on my radio case and like, it's time for a POTA nap after I was done. Hayden says because West Virginia is better. Listen, West Virginia is a super beautiful place. There's just not a whole lot there. I love being there most of the time. I wish there was more parks now since I've done them all, and that is something that I am working on in the near future. Yeah, Hayden, in the summer, West Virginia is much more livable than Florida. I agree because I get way too hot. But there's a couple places that I'm actually working on trying to get approved for parks. Speaking of parks in there, did anybody have issues with the spotting app today? Like sometimes I would try to get on it and it wouldn't let me on at all. And then sometimes it would work fine. So if there's anybody in the chat that has some issues today, let me know. I know I seen a post on it that somebody else was having issues and everybody else was like, it works for me. So, but I did have several issues trying to get on it at different times today, for sure. Yesterday was my birthday, and I did a really cool birthday activation. I went to Griffin Lake State Park, and it has like the second biggest oak tree in the state of Florida. Let me see here. Okay, probably get you guys a picture, but and all around it was just a beautiful, beautiful park. It's surrounded by the Dead River, if you've ever heard of that. The Dead River is not beautiful, but it was definitely cool. for sure. Let's see here. I can pull this video up, I'm sure. Or not video, but this picture up. Hopefully I can anyway. But anyway, the Dead River was really cool. I hiked around in there for a little bit and checked it out. But the oak tree, not the greatest picture, but it's one that I have up on Twitter. Let's see if I can. All right, we'll try that. Let's see, share screen. And guys, next week I'll go back to having guests again. I really wanted to make sure that my stream was going to hold up because, yeah, I know I did it last Wednesday in here, but let's see. That's not the screen I want. All right, let's try this again. Share screen. This is why I need a Frank. Everybody needs a Frank. There's another story from Hamcation. I was talking to Wolf River Coils, and I was telling him, I'm doing my walkthrough right now, and I will be back in just a little bit, and we'll set up and I'll do a little interview with you. And why is this not working right? It's being a pain in my butt. All right, here we go. Now let me blow the picture up. All right, let's see here. So this tree, and Twitter's cut half the picture off. Anyway, this tree is absolutely massive, and it was really, really beautiful. Just go to my Twitter, and you can check out all that good stuff. You guys should already be subscribed to my Twitter anyway. But anyway, so yeah, that was my birthday activation, and had a great time doing that. I did that one, and I did the twofer on my birthday. That's been about it. It's just been POTA, and Hamcation. Hamcation was exhausting. I will say that. Normally you go to a ham show, you stay a couple hours, and you're about done. But when you're trying to work on your YouTube channel and get things going and stuff, you're sitting there for like 8 or 9 hours a day for 3 days straight, and it was definitely exhausting. I would hate to see the miles that I put in, but I learned a lot about YouTube from watching all these guys that's been doing it a lot longer than me. And we did pick up some subscribers already, so I'm kind of happy about that. And like I said, we did pick up a couple people who's going to actually let me start reviewing some stuff like that. So it's a good thing, but I don't know. YouTube's a lot of work, so I love it. I would love to do it full time, but it's definitely a lot of work. I've kind of set the goal that I want to do it slowly, moving toward that. I was talking to Mike today, and I'd like to cut out like 2 days of my job sometime in the near future, and do that for a while, and see how that works. Because I'd love to do this full time for you guys and for myself, but it's still a lot of work. And just remember, if I ever do get big, you guys that was here at the beginning, you're always top tier to me. You guys are great. Like I couldn't do the stuff that I do. Like you guys help keep gas in the tanks to do the POTUS. You helped purchase this Infed half wave to review. Everything you guys do for me, I appreciate very much, and I won't forget that at all. It's amazing, and hopefully I'm returning it back to you guys. I know one thing for sure. I try to tell everybody all the time. Check out the Patreon, because shout out to KI5 MBO. Let's see, five slices of pizza. I appreciate that. But check out the Patreon, because I really like being interactive with people, and it's a good thing. Like all the Patreon tiers. I mean, I hate to be trying to push it, but all the Patreon tiers have some really good benefits, and but especially the top two. So check it out if that's the kind of stuff you're interested in. Other than that, is there anybody in the chat that had went to Hamcation and would like to come talk about it or anything like that? We can put the link in the chat real quick and see if anybody wants to come on and talk about Hamcation or about POTA. Either one is fine with me, because I'll sit here and rant for you if you want me to. But there's the link if anybody wants to come on and talk about either one, Hamcation or POTA. But trying to make sure there ain't no questions in here. Wild Cascadia Radio, are you gonna come to Dayton? Just out of curiosity, who is coming to Dayton? I definitely know I'm going to Dayton for sure. That's like the super easy ham fest for me to go to. It's like 3.5 hours from my house. So nice. David's coming to Dayton. That'll be awesome. Really look forward to meeting that guy, Mr. David Adams. Ken said he'd like to make Dayton this year. I don't even know why I'm wearing headphones tonight, because there's nobody else on here with me. I just done it, I guess. Anyway, get rid of some of these tabs that I put up here. Yeah, I won't be going to that one, Anime. That one's definitely out for me this year. I would love to, but I've got so many trips planned this year for this channel, and I hope to continue to do it. But it just depends on money and stuff like that. It gets expensive for sure. But I'm going to be down here till March the 1st, and then I go back, and let's see, in March I've got a local fan fest, which is no big deal. April, I'm not sure yet. May I have Dayton, And somewhere in between April and June-ish, I would like to do my Delaware trip to knock out Delaware in a week. I really look forward to that trip. This charger is going to help me out tremendously with that because I can charge my battery between parks, so that's going to help a lot. It means I don't have to pack multiple batteries, even though I probably will. I've learned you got to pack multiple everything. It's just something you got to do. This trip alone, and I came on a train, and I'm going back on a train. I have now I have 3 antennas with me. I have 2 radios with me. I don't know where the Berryville Hamfest is, Hayden. By the way, Hayden, are you coming to the Charleston, West Virginia Hamfest? I know it's a little far for you, but I'm doing a POTA presentation there. If you are, be awesome to actually have you come down. Ed, I will be in Pennsylvania. I've did a park or 2 in Pennsylvania already, but I'll definitely be doing some more in Pennsylvania sometime this year for sure. I'm gonna try that. That's awesome. Dropping that link in the chat one more time, in case anybody wants to come on here and chat a little bit about Hamcation. Mike, you should. Mike from Jacksonville, you should come on just to share your experience as a non-YouTuber but a POTA man who got to come to Hamcation. Very very cool stuff. There was POTA people everywhere. I got to meet a lot of people that I've made all these contacts with, and just like today, the guy who did the walk up park to park with us. I checked my log, and before today he was in my log like 14 times. How did my Valentine date go, Jeff? It was amazing. In 9 months, we'll probably have a baby handheld. If you have not watched the Valentine video yet, you really should. It's good stuff. It's less than 5 minutes long. So, all right, Berryville is between Harper's Ferry and dude, Harper's Ferry takes me like 6 hours to get to. That's a little far for a local Hamfest. But I don't know when is it, Hayden? And we'll check it out. But yeah, and I can't remember who said this, but I actually told Mike the story because one of you guys, it may have been David from Paducah. One of you guys commented on the Valentine's video and said that they were hoping to see Mike in drag, and I told Mike about it today. We had a good laugh about that. That was funny stuff. That was almost funnier than the video, actually. Anyway, alrighty, nobody wants to come on, and we are at about 50 minutes. So I am going to start wrapping up the live stream so I can do the happy hour after dark. I hope to see you Patreons come on tonight and do a little Q&A with me. Yeah, that was David from Paducah. And you actually made the contact with Mike today. You should have told him that, David. I was actually standing right beside him when you made the contact. It wasn't my turn on the radio, but really good stuff. Mike worked Spain today at one point. We both got the Azores. Or I got Puerto Rico a couple of times, but it was at different parks. So hold on, Mike's trying to. The other Mike is trying to pop on here real quick to give his version of Hamcation. So we'll hang out for another minute or so for sure, just to get that happening. But yeah, I'm tired tonight. I had to get up super early this morning. I met Kate MRD at 9 o'clock. It's about an hour drive from here, but I had to get up and get ready and stuff like that. You taking off, Brian? You're not going to hang out with us in the after chat again? We're going to have to make you a late night bird, Brian. Night, Ken. Have a good one. There we go. There. Oh, device not connected, Mike. You popped up, but it says device not connected. Mike, if you can hear me, your device is not connected. Anime, you have a good evening. Let me see if I can. There we go. All righty, what's going on?
You hear me? Hey, what's going on?
No, not a whole lot, man. How you doing tonight?
Oh man, tired. Had a long day today.
I did too, and I should have did a lot better on this live stream, but I'm tired. I've been really pushing it here in the past week for sure. But dude, first off, it was great to meet you at Hamcation for one. But tell everybody a little bit about your experience at Hamcation.
Oh man, well this was my first Hamcation. I mean I've been to Hamfest, but not like this, and this was by far the most fun I've had at any Hamfest. I mean it was a lot of people, a lot of fun, a lot of vendors. You name it, it was there. It was just, I was just overwhelmed. I was so overwhelmed, I didn't know where to begin.
Absolutely, dude. It was a different experience for me because, you know, I'm used to much smaller Hamfest myself too, and I'm used to just being there in the mind of, oh, I'm going to see if there's any deals, and I might run into somebody I know. I'm not used to being there in the role of you gotta be there for 3 days the whole time and video and interview and it was just crazy. Like every time I walk back into the main building, they're like, somebody's looking for you.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to get some footage too. You know, being a new YouTuber, I'm trying to get in the flow. I did get some interviews here and there and footage, and you know I got to put that out. But yeah, it was just a lot going on. I didn't even get a chance to go to the POTA tent. That's how much it was so hectic in there, and I was just, like I said, I was just blown away. It was my first time going. It's definitely not gonna be my last time, especially for here in Orlando, because that's not too far for me to drive. So, you know, I came Friday. I didn't make it Saturday because I had a prior engagement, but I did come back Sunday, and that's when I finally was able to get a hold of you because you know, the cell service there was really sucky. So I was able to. I saw you coming around the corner. I had to shout your name out. And I was like, "Hey!"
I totally agree about the cell service. Like anytime I would walk in that main building, it would just, and I spent most of my time in that main building, it would just drop, and then I'd go outside and I'd have messages from everybody in the world. Luckily, the POTA tent was outside, so I did get signal out there.
Yeah, well, it was good. I guess with Coffee and Ham Radios was doing their live stream, and I happened to be walking by, and To grabbed me and put me on the live stream. Then I went outside. Next thing you know, Sean he grabbing me to put me on the live stream. I said, I just came off the live stream with To. He's like, oh, okay. But it was fun. It felt like I was there with family. I know you guys so much on the radio and the YouTube and everything else. It felt like it was second nature when I finally got a chance to meet you guys, and I felt right at home.
Absolutely, dude. Like, it's just totally like the whole YouTube community and the whole POTA community both. It's just like I don't know what I would do without them, because I mean it's just an amazing feeling, the support that you get from like the people in the chat that just watch you and the hunters that hunt you, and so it's just absolutely amazing. Like I can't even describe it. The way it is. Like I have such a
But
personal
did you do?
relationship. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I have such a personal relationship with uh, with the hunters that hunt me. It's absolutely crazy. Like it's not just me going out and doing a POTA park anymore. Like when I first started, like I talk to these guys on, they're always messaging me and they're always talking to me, and it's just totally different. And it's the same way with the people in the chat here. Like I don't think T Ray's watching tonight, but like Saturday night, I mean, it made me feel so good. He lit up like a Christmas tree to meet me. I mean, he literally, it was like a kid unwrapping a new bicycle for Christmas. And we were joking because the guy sitting beside me had a K8 MRD shirt on, and I told him he was only wearing that because I didn't have my shirt to put out yet. And as soon as I said that, like T Ray, he goes whipping out money. I want your first shirt. I want your first. I like, dude, keep your money. Let me get some shirts first. He's like, no, I'm pre-ordering. I want your first shirt. And I
Yeah, well,
mean,
that's right there.
And that's just amazing, because I like I said, a lot of people don't know. About 7 years ago, I used to be like just corporate working machine. All I ever wanted to do was work, 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 work. I was a plant manager. I had 300 people underneath me, and all I did was work and had this stress level that was like absolutely crazy. And after I had brain cancer, I said no more. I'm going to live life, and I've been moving around doing all these things, and now I found what I want to do. I want to be in ham radio. I want to be in YouTube and stuff like that. And the support that you guys give me keeps pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to take that further and further. I mean, all you guys know how far I've pushed the parks on the air boundary and stuff like that. But I'm not going to do the same thing with YouTube. I'm not going to stop until YouTube is what I'm doing, because through YouTube, I'm doing more parks on the air. I'm doing everything that I love and want to do. And that's how everybody should live their life. I mean, yeah, you got to have money. Yeah, you got to pay bills, but it's like Vern Six said on his Facebook. I don't know if you got Vern Six on Facebook or not. But he posted something that's just so real to me, and he said, "It says travel, your money will come back, but your time won't." And
That's right.
And that's just so real to me, and that's why I appreciate all the support that I get. Just the encouragement, the donations, everything from everybody. It's amazing. I love each and every one of you guys. So, but hopefully you're going to come down and do some photo with me, man.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm trying to get the schedule together and see. Hopefully, I could come down with you and Bill, or I'll just come by myself and we just go knock out some parks together. Got to check my
Right,
schedule, see how everything is rolling so far.
right, or maybe we could meet maybe like at a halfway point or something and do some or something. Uh,
Okay.
at least not make you come through the Orlando traffic again, man. That thing was a mess.
Actually, believe it or not, it was actually smooth riding. Between the 2 days I went, I didn't run into any traffic. Getting there, it was straight run there. The only traffic we had was Friday evening traffic going to the other side of Orlando over there by um, Universal Studios. The party I was with had another engagement over there on that side of town. But other than that, um, it wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. But now
Yeah,
that they finished that construction on I-4, it's much better.
right now in the mornings it wasn't bad at all for me. In the evening, depending on what time I left, the first night, Friday night, God, I sat on I-4 forever. So that's why I left so late on Saturday. But then I end up getting locked into the fairgrounds on Saturday, and I'm walking around everywhere. I'm looking for some security guy to let me out of the gate.
Well, how did that happen? Oh, wow.
They just locked all the gates up. I mean, now mind you, I was there. You know, Hamcation basically closed at 5, and most people were out of there by around 6. I mean, it was probably 8:30 when I was leaving because I was doing the whole let's burn up the coffee and ham radio antenna deal and hanging out with everybody. So
Uh, well, you should have moved over to the RV section,
well,
probably.
well that's where I was in the RV section, but they
Oh,
still they still locked that gate. Uh,
no.
there's they have to let people in and out when they want to, just staying in the RVs, of course. But definitely, yes, sir, Mr. Linden.
And, well, like I said, I had an awesome time. I'm going to see how Dayton is and Huntsville and try and make it to one of those. Not totally in the plans as of yet, but we're gonna try and make it to one of those as well. I know you said what's close to you. Dayton is close to you, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
Dayton
gonna
is close to me.
try and finalize some travel plans and get a flight or a train or something to that effect up there. See how
Hey,
and
the train is awesome. Here we go. No,
oh yeah.
James Linden, did you have a question? I seen you. You may have just been saying hey to me. But if you have a question, just let me know. And by the way, that link that I posted for Mike to get in, that will be good for the Patreon after dark chat as well. You guys can pop out. I just dropped it again. Matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and shut this thing down. We're past our hour. I appreciate everybody coming by. Mike, hang out. You can hang out with us in After Dark since you came on the show tonight. But
All right, I appreciate you. I appreciate you having me on. For the first time, I had to. This computer is not too live stream friendly, so at least I was
hey,
able to make it on the stream here.
it happens. It happens. But everybody, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I appreciate the people that donated tonight. My train ticket just got cheaper for you, for that matter. But thanks for sharing my adventure with me, and look forward to a lot of videos coming out while I'm down here in Florida. Looky there, got the ham. That is one of the last 3 that I had. He got one of the last 3. So
This is a collector's item right here. It's gonna be worth a lot of money.
that is a collector's item. All righty.
Okay.
You guys have a good evening, and I see you in the screen room, James. I'll pop you on here in a second. 73, everybody.
73, everybody.